Dope gang, what's poppin'? I'm super stoked for today's video. Gonna just be doing a little review of Tiger King. Gonna go over some of my thoughts about it, and then also some of the feedback, like social feedback from social justice warriors online and people and like negative things about it. So we're gonna go over all of that. Super stoked for today's video. Stay tuned. Okay. It's taken me a bit of time to think about what the frick I just saw on that TV show. It's taken me some time. Like, I had to think about it. I had to really decide what just entered into these brain cells that will never ever go away. The images that I saw. But regardless, talking about Tiger King, the show I watched, let me set myself up with a little bit of credibility. Seen the show about 3 times, read just about every article you can read online about it. So I'm well informed about what's going on with Tiger King. Let me just start by saying I thought it was dope. I liked it. I think it was very entertaining. It was well put together TV show. The whole idea of this guy going to start recording this documentary like 5 years ago, and then him just being there and all this stuff unfolds. It's pretty crazy. It's kind of a one-off thing. It's not like, it's cool that it's not like a documentary where it's like after all this stuff happened, they're going back to like look at it and everything. No, like they were there the entire time. So I think that's dope. Now, even just like from people at work or friends and stuff like that, I've gotten a lot of almost like hate for liking Tiger King, because I feel like people on Tiger King are very decisive. They're either like, I hated it, I won't ever finish it or watch it, or I think it's dumb, or you loved it. Like, I have not really met an in-between people. So to that I answer, people will be like, people that are like, bro, why would you watch that? That is so dumb, that's ridiculous. Like, why would you give credit to, or why would you give like your viewership to like this type of thing and endorsing this? I'm not endorsing it, I'm just saying I think it's wildly entertaining. And to the people that ask, well, why are you entertained by it? That says something about you. I don't know, maybe it does, but I think it's wildly entertaining. For me, it just seems like this show that's like almost made up, which is how crazy it is. And it's like in this far away other little country that I don't even know, but it's right here in the US. It's like probably 10 hours away from me, or 20 hours. I don't know how far bum crack Oklahoma is. So I think that's super fascinating that like this little subculture of like a TV show that's within this TV show like exists here in the US, of like these polygamous tiger people that own tigers and stuff. Like, it's crazy. So I kind of want to wrap up my conclusion of just like my initial reaction to, I think it was dope. I think it was entertaining. I think it was awesome. Just to see something like totally outside of my life. Obviously, I'm nothing like that. So overall, it's just an entertaining show. And I think people that took it a lot deeper than that. And one of them raised a big fuss about it. It's like, bro, take it for what it is. It's a TV show. It's entertainment, okay? Yes, bad things exist in the world. So that doesn't mean you can't be entertained by a random TV show, okay? Awesome. Biggest takeaway I have from this TV show is Carol definitely killed her husband. And she's probably the world's biggest hypocrite, for sure. So, like, this kind of ties into, like, a lot of the hate that's gone on the show. Like, hey, you're endorsing tiger captivity, and you're not shining light on the problems that we have with animals in captivity, which are valid questions. I personally am like, I don't think any animal should be, I think every animal should be in the wild, but let's be honest, that's not actually practically realistic. But my point is, she's the biggest hypocrite if you've seen the TV show, because she basically is saying that like Joe Exotic and these other people that are keeping lions in captivity for zoos for profit are bad people and they need to be shut down. Which, if that's your take, hey, there should be no tigers in captivity. We want to work with PETA, which she did, to take them down. That is a valid argument. I respect you for whatever you want to do with your life. However, she's the biggest hypocrite because she's doing the same thing, except she just doesn't breed them and let people pet the cubs. She's still doing a for-profit zoo for tigers, but she's just doing it under the masquerade of I work with PETA and I'm trying to shut the other ones that are bad down. You're still for profit for these tigers, and so you are the biggest psychopathic hypocrite in the entire world. Point number 2 I want to make, a big question of contention. Should Joe Exotic be in prison? Should he not? That's tough. I go back and forth. Is he not a great guy? Probably, for sure. That's definitely not really up for debate. But if he actually did carry out the hit to kill Carol Baskins, I don't know. I do think a lot of the people that were around him at the time took advantage of the fact that the dude's mentally sick and like kind of dangled a little piece of cheese in front of him and he just grabbed it and now he's in prison. So like, I don't know. Maybe he should be in prison, maybe he shouldn't. Third point I kind of want to wrap up is basically its impacts. So a couple big responses are it's like glamorizing it basically rather than like condemning it. And actually, food for thought, that's the whole reason Carol Baskins actually did the show. She thought it was going to be like, she's the savior and we're going to condemn tigers in captivity, which they didn't because they're there to make money anyway. So I get that. I really do, where you're like, I get that. But then if you want to have that stance on it, you really can't watch any Hollywood ever made that has wild animals in it that are from captivity, which most Hollywood sets, like I even explained in the show, Doc Antles provided tigers to many Hollywood sets and stuff. So if you're gonna say like, hey, I don't believe in this show because it's basically endorsing using lions and tigers in captivity as like a cute and acceptable thing, I get that. But then you really can't watch any Hollywood movie ever that has had them in it because typically they're getting them from like captivity. So there was an article I just read yesterday that was like, it was talking about how the show doesn't condemn lions and tigers in captivity enough. Like they should have used this opportunity to like condemn it as bad. And I've actually heard quite a few people say that. Like a couple people I've talked to, their initial turnoff was, hey, I just think it's not condemning lions and tigers in captivity enough, and it's kind of glamorizing it. I really do think this show kind of shows why it's not a great idea to have lions and tigers in captivity and what downfalls can happen because of it. Like all these different people looked at their lives are a mess too. Last point I want to make, something kind of funny. I've heard a lot of people say, hey, how is it possible that Joe Exotic has gotten 2 straight males to be his husband? Well, I'll tell you, it's actually not that outrageous and it's not that far out if you think. If you tell a guy in his early 20s, listen, bruh, I'll give you unlimited meth, weed, cigarettes, you don't have to work, you can party every day, you can shoot guns, blow crap up with dynamite, ride trucks and 4-wheelers all day to your heart's content. Oh yeah, and again, play with tigers and freaking cubs all day, and you're gonna do in bumfrick Oklahoma? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of guys would turn gay real quick for that. And okay, let's be honest, maybe not that many guys, but I'm just saying it's not that outrageous. Like these dudes had a problem with drug addiction, and Joe's like, I'll give you unlimited meth. You don't have to do anything. You just have to play around, shoot guns, blow stuff up. It's not that outrageous to think that Joe Exotic got 2 straight guys for that. So all those people be like, how did that happen? This isn't real. It's real, definitely real. You'd be surprised what you do for a Kit Kat bar when you wanted it. So all I'm saying is you just kind of find out what people would desire in life. And those 2 dudes wanted to shoot guns, drive trucks, smoke meth. And so Joe Exotic said, I have that. And they're like, bet, say less. Say less. Guys, that's it. I just wanted to go over some like random knee-jerk thoughts and reactions I had from the video. Is a little chaotic and all over there, and I'm sure only people that really watch the TV show are going to be watching it. So I wasn't trying to make like a IMDb review or a Rotten Tomatoes review. I was just trying to get some like natural reactions and my thoughts on it. I appreciate it, guys, you watching this video. Okay, guys, if you liked the video, please hit like. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. It helps this channel out a lot. I appreciate everything you guys do in watching my videos. It's super dope. It's litty. Gang, gang. Have a good rest of your quarantine. Stay chillin'. Stay slapping. You've been played by JP. Out.